What's going on YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, and today I want to talk to you guys about my new favorite toy. That's right, my wife scored me an Xbox One Elite controller. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys with the unboxing because there are thousands of unboxing videos going around, and I'm way too late to the party to even get in on any of that sweet YouTube gold. But I will tell you guys, this controller absolutely rocks. And if you want to see an unboxing video, like I said, there's thousands of them out there. I just want to give you guys some of my opinions on how this thing works and what makes it phenomenal. Now, to preface everything, I got to tell you guys that I am a huge gamer. I've been playing games since I was 6 years old. And as the last maybe 2 years or so, ever since my job got pretty steady in terms of like what my workflow was and what my responsibilities were at home, I play anywhere from 4 to 6 hours of games per night. Okay, you don't get this body by going to the gym. You get this body by sitting in front of your TV, drinking Surge, hanging out, and having fun with your bros online. And that's exactly what I do. Now, what do I love about the Elite controller? Everything. I'll show you guys a few of the things that make it so cool, and then I want to tell you guys a little bit about my personal experiences with it in Halo 5. So, I am using the what I call the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3 nubs on actually both sticks. I know a lot of people have switched. If you wanted to go with the traditional Xbox look, you know, like what the original Xbox controller has, they have those as well. And then they have these long pull sticks. And let me see if I can put one on each so you can see a little bit of the difference. So on this thumbstick here, the one closest to the buttons, that is actually, let me hold it this way. You can see the height difference. So this is the original controller, and this is the new like long pull controller. I'll show you guys from this angle. Pretty big difference, huh? I don't like the long pull controller, the long stick. It doesn't seem like, I feel like I'm teeter-tottering too much, and I have a really hard time like focusing in on a target. And I do love the original, the original sticks that come with the controller. I think the Xbox One controller, at least in the thumbstick department, kicks Sony in the ass. But there's just something about these PlayStation 3-esque convex nubs that just feel really, really good to me. They're about this. They're a little bit taller than the original Xbox controller. They're kind of like in the middle. So those feel really good. And if you guys notice, I am using all 4 bumpers. I did leave all 4 bumpers on, and I actually do use them in game. And I also have the D-pad, which I don't really use a whole lot in Halo, but I just left the new D-pad on because it's just something different to look at. Okay, so why do I love this controller? Well, the customization on it's really cool. Just from a physical level, you can change the sticks, you could change the D-pad. That's kind of neat. The rubberized grip on the back is amazing. If you guys recall in my video, what Xbox should I get? I ultimately chose the Forza bundle because it came with the branded Forza controller that had a rubberized grip to simulate like a steering wheel on the back. But it makes such a huge difference. So for comparison, I have right here the Halo Master Chief controller, which I have played many around with, and I do love this controller because who doesn't love the Master Chief, right? I mean, this guy's a badass, okay? I just want to show you guys the back, okay? This is the Elite controller. This is the regular controller. You see the rubberized grips. You see how far they go around. This is just plastic, okay? This is just the same plastic material on the front, on the back, on the sides. This is actually a rubberized top. On the front of this controller, it's a rubberized top, and then this back piece is obviously a rubberized grip. That thing feels so incredible. Now, I showed my friend Brent the the Forza controller, and he agreed. So it has to be true, right? I showed him the Forza controller, and he agreed that the rubberized grip on the back was nice. This Elite controller takes that to a new level. It should be the standard on all controllers going forward. I'm even talking about my trusty old PlayStation 4 stick with the thumb toppers, which is just a solid piece of plastic on the back. It does not feel nearly as good as the rubberized grip. And once you play with the rubberized grip, you're going to not want to play with anything else but the rubberized grip. I'm just telling you, it feels good in your hand. It feels like it breathes a little bit more. You don't sweat as much. It's got a nice feel to it. It's got a nice weight to it, a nice balance to it. As far as that's the physical portion of it. And then the buttons are the same. You can change the thumbsticks. I changed mine, big deal. I put the triggers on the back. I'll talk about that in the performance aspect. But The other part of the customization with this controller comes in the really, really robust Xbox One companion app, in which you can change everything about this controller. Now, I know that button mapping is a new thing in the Xbox One. Welcome. It's been on PlayStation 4 forever. That's not the point. Button mapping can be redone anywhere, and that doesn't really impress me as a PC gamer because I have a keyboard that's got a ton of keys that I can change to anything I want at any time that I want. So, button mapping doesn't do it for me. But you're letting me change things like button mapping on the bumpers on the back, which I never had. That's cool. The coolest thing, which I did not even know the stick did until I plugged it into my Xbox One tonight, was that you can actually change the response on your analog sticks. There are 5 different profiles. There's like a balance, there's like dynamic, there's aggressive, there's other ones that actually change when you have your analog stick at top dead center and you move it just a little bit, whether you move it like this or whether you move it like this. There's actually responses for that built into this controller that could be manipulated via software. So if you want to have a really fast acceleration that pans out, or you want to have a really slow acceleration that speeds up, you can. Do not mistake this for in-game settings such as sensitivity. This is not a blanket sensitivity. This is directly related to like mouse acceleration. This is directly related to the actual speed in which something happens as opposed to just the overall compass direction when it's done. So that amount of fine tuning alone, I'm using what's called smooth, I believe. It's really changed the way I lock in on a target. No longer do I feel like in Halo am I drifting and then coming back. I feel like I'm snapping right to my target every time. And that is a world of difference. You guys know as well as I do in Halo, how many times do you have an enemy with their shields gone, your shields are gone, and you get killed and you watch them walk away as their shields come back to life? How many times have you all had that happen to you? I know it's happened to me freaking a ton of times. Well, it's because you're missing those first couple shots. This controller will compensate for that. This will let you tune exactly how that control feels. And let me tell you, it is incredible. Is it pay to win? Probably. I don't care. I don't know why this is not the gold standard in every controller. I'm talking to you guys, Sony. This difference with the analog stick alone blows my mind, and it changes the way I think about gaming. Just in the analog stick alone. You can also change the motor speed. You can also change the motor pulsing. You could change when the stick pulls down, how fast. Exactly what I just told you guys about the analog stick, you can do with the triggers. So you can determine how fast does a trigger respond when you pull it down, how, at what frequency. You obviously have the hair triggers in the back, which basically dope the triggers to like 25 to 30% pull, so that you can pull off shots a lot faster. And let me tell you guys, that makes an insane difference if you're a Magnum fan or a battle rifle fan. Oh my God, are you going to get off shots at lightning quick speeds, much quicker than you thought you could before. And I know you think, man, my reaction time isn't that slow with, pulling down, letting go. Let me tell you, when you dope this controller for that like performance mode, you will be amazed at how fast you can shoot. It's insane. It really is. So performance-wise, this stick has it in spades. It's got the look. It's got the feel. How does it actually perform? For me, it has made me a better player instantly. Now, I mapped the paddles on the back to replicate exactly what's on the face. I know some people like to completely remove paddles or just have ones on like one hand or the other hand. I have all 4 buttons mapped to the back. So I have my A, B, X, Y on the back. I keep my thumbs on the sticks at all times, and that also makes a world of difference. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, my reaction time is pretty quick from the time that I want to do like a boost. I take my thumb off the right stick, I hit B or whatever your default is for boost, and then I put my thumb back on the right analog stick. That can't be that big of a difference. And you're right, it's not. You're talking hundredths of a second. I don't know. Time yourself. It's not very quick. However, the ability to keep on a target at all times, to constantly have your crosshair on a target wherever they are moving. When you get out of your boost, when you get out of your clamber, when you get out of your Spartan ground pound, when you get out of your whatever you have, the ability to already be locked onto your target and ready to shoot again is winning me battle after battle after battle after battle. And before I was like, oh, I shouldn't have boosted it or whatever. I was, I wasn't ready. The fact that you always have it locked on, the fact that you can now throw plasma grenades pretty much with almost 100% accuracy as long as you're locked onto a target, because a second that your boost animation is done, you're hitting your trigger and you're already there, really makes a world of difference. Now, I know what you say. Well, geez, Jim, you're just talking a lot of crap. I can tell you guys, I'm going to show you guys a video here, or a clip here. I'm Spartan level 47. I got the Waypoint app here on my phone. I'm going to lower the brightness a little bit. Hopefully my camera picks it up. The orange lines at the bottom represent losses. The blue lines at the top represent wins, okay? I was on a pretty bad losing streak, and then I got this controller. So all those blue lines you see are me winning. And you're probably like, geez, I do that all the time. Well, let me tell you, for a guy like me, I don't do that all the time, okay? The fact that I can rally that many wins, the fact that I can pull off in just a short amount of time that I played some Warzone and both arena modes, specifically in arena, because that's where I kind of spend most of my time now, just in like Slayer or whatever, my KDR has increased so much. I was about a 500 differential between kills and deaths, so I was a non-1-to-1 player. I have now bridged the gap. I am within 300. That's insane. Okay. The amount of improvement that I've had. Now I know it's the new harvest. Welcome all new players, and you're gonna have slim pickings on both sides for quite a while, as little Johnny unboxes his Xbox One experience, and he's your wingman. And he goes -1 in 8,000 in Team Slayer. Listen, I get it, okay? I understand the number may be a little inflated. But that happens both ways, and I'm telling you that I am winning games now. And I'm winning games because I'm always locked onto the target. And I'm always locked onto the target because my thumb never comes off that stick. Now, again, 33-year-old man, a lot of muscle memory. I picked it up in about 2 hours, but I saw immediate results just in the analog aiming alone, just in the way that I set my mouse sensitivity, if you want to think of it, as I mentioned before, changing it to that smooth profile. It works wonders. I don't think this stick would be good for somebody who plays a lot of action games, where you don't really need, where typically like the right analog stick is reserved for camera. I don't really think that would help you an awful lot. I don't know how much this will help in Forza, because maybe the taller analog stick will help you steer a little bit better. But outside of that, I don't really see it a whole lot. Now, the nice thing is, if you don't want to use any of those settings, you can double tap the sync button, and it will disable all the paddles on the back. So you don't have to worry about, or flippers, you don't have to worry about those. You double tap the sync button, and they come right back on. There's like a little vibration in the motor to let you know that the operation is complete. That's pretty nice if you wanted it. But like I said, if you're not really into first-person shooters, I don't really know what value this is for you, and I could be wrong. But just the fact that you're always engaged, you're always locked on. Proof's in the pudding for a guy like me, who is a mediocre super fan at best, okay? Proof is in the pudding that I can do it, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I'm telling you guys, check this thing out. It is absolutely worth your time. It is absolutely worth your money. I bought it at Best Buy. Well, my wife bought it at Best Buy, but whatever. It was $150, which is steep. But it did come with Halo 5. So I'm going to trade that into Walmart Rent-A-Center, pick up another game. So think of that as basically a $60 credit. You're looking at about $90 for a controller, which is still pretty damn steep. But considering that the stock controller right now is like, I don't know, $60, it's really not that much of a difference. There are other controllers out there. There are other fight pads. There are other custom solutions that vendors have sold, but I will tell you guys that there's nothing officially licensed by either Sony or by Microsoft that is anywhere in the caliber of this and the craftsmanship of this. I would not trust my money with anybody else other than a branded product. So I knew that when I got this, I was like, sweet. Just the way it holds up, it's really, really well. So can't say enough good things about it. I highly recommend you guys to check it out. You tell me if I'm lying. You tell me if my KDR is just a spoof. I'll keep posting videos. I will eventually be a 1-to-1 player, if not better. Right now, my KDR sits at a. Now, this is only in. By the way, this is only in team battle. There you go, 0.828, which isn't bad. I'm getting there, and watch out when it hits one. I mean, I will get better obviously as the game goes on, but it's a lot to do with the stick. Is it pay to win? Don't know. Don't care. That's all I have. I've splooged way too much over this thing. Highly recommend you check this out. This is the Xbox One Elite controller. If you don't have it and you like first-person shooters and you're on Xbox One, you're doing yourself a major disservice. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.